Hi everyone, here's our next project, which I got the idea from Lynn Daniels' mom Lillian. She painted this beautiful feather with dot painting, and I thought it would be a nice craft project for us. So here's my sample that I tried to copy from Lillian's. And then I wanted to try a sample painting on a white feather, and I did one like this, but instead of doing just strictly dots, I was just playing around with trying out shapes from the Basic Forms shape book. So that's what this one came about, and plus I just wanted to see if I could paint on a white feather without having to paint the feather first. With the black feathers, you definitely have to paint the background black first, because I had to keep redoing my dots, otherwise they would keep fading into, they get absorbed into the black feather. So here's an example. The feather starts off, it's quite shiny, and the paint just gets absorbed in there, so I had to repeat my patterns over on my first little demo I tried. This one was actually a white feather to begin with, and I painted over black. But this white feather, I actually didn't have to paint it black first. I wanted to try doing it just strictly on it. But anyways, this is one that's painted black, so it gives you more of a canvas to paint on top. And the only advice I really have when you're painting it is to paint in the upward motion with the grain of the feathers, so that you don't undo the shape too much when you're painting. And of course you might have to let this dry for a little bit before you start painting your dots on top. As far as tools are concerned, today we're just going to have, regular paint brushes, and luckily to the dollar store it doesn't cost that much to get paint brushes. But if you're having low funds and you can't afford to buy like a whole bunch of paint brushes, you can actually easily find things around your house. I found these skewers, and they have a point on one end, and then they have like another round on the other end that you can do, and even something like a pencil, the eraser on the end you can use, or of course you could use the tip. And I know when I was looking online I couldn't find that many dot painted, actually I couldn't find any dot painted feathers really, but there was lots of tutorials on doing rocks, and they always use these tools that have these special round little balls on the end, but of course we don't have that. But there's lots of information if you wanted to look up that, and there was also information on how to make your tips pointy again if you've used them a lot. But as far as the paint goes, because we're just using paint brushes, the consistency doesn't matter too much. But on some of the demos I watched using these tools, consistency was important, so they were having to add like a couple drops of water and mixing it around to make it a little bit more runny to make the tools work properly. And because I couldn't find any tutorials, the only advice I really have is that it has to do with pressure and how much paint you're going to put on here. If you want a bigger dot, you're going to put a little bit more paint, maybe press down a little bit harder, and if you want a little teeny dot, you might put just a teeny bit on the end and press down lightly. And using a napkin, of course I don't have one here, let me see, a piece of Kleenex there. Works pretty good in between when you're trying to do different sizes, you can just wipe some off. But just to show you that you can use something like this. Actually, I haven't actually tried the pencil, but I did try the skewer. You know, you're just going to press down and there you have a nice dot. And here was the bamboo stick, same thing. And when you're pouring your paint into a little container, you actually really only need a little bit. You'd be surprised how much of this, how little paint you need. So you don't have to go crazy on that. And then there's that one, and it actually makes a little smaller dot, and the pencil did. So if you're going to be doing different sizes, you can keep track of which materials made different sizes. Another neat thing with paintbrushes is the ends all have different sizes. So you could actually use the ends to dip in paint and make different sizes. Other materials around your house, toothpicks. And another type of skewer. It's not that end, but this end. So they'd all give you slightly different size dots, I think. There's that one. Here's a toothpick. Maybe smaller. But if you're using a paintbrush, you kind of, I form my dots a little bit more when I'm using a paintbrush. And then if I want to make a slightly smaller one, I'm just going to put less pressure. A little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. But I did find images off the internet of other people who have painted feathers and all the different types of designs they did. And on the back of the handout you're going to get, I printed some of those on the handout for examples, and I found some flowers that were dot painted, and I blew up the butterfly that Lillian did on hers, so you can see it in more detail on how she did that. When you're done painting and it's dried, everybody should have one piece of leather lace. So if you want to, you can wrap the bottoms of your feathers. I didn't really have any instruction on this either. I just tried to copy how Lillian did it, and she had like a little loop on the bottom so you can hang your feather. I'm sure lots of you have more experience with this, and that is really all I have to say. So have fun.